Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Game Master Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today I am going to be taking my first look at Crown and Skull RPG by Runehammer Games. I'm going to be looking at the digital content first because, number one, I don't have the physical copy yet. That is due to come in sometime next week. And I normally don't do these. I normally don't do reviews or first looks until I have both the physical and the digital in hand. But to be very honest with you, I was so excited about the digital content that came along with this bundle. I'm going to call it a bundle. That I was like, I'm not going to wait for the book to come out. I want to get this while my surprise and enthusiasm is also at its highest. So last night I finally decided that I was going to purchase this game system. I've heard so many positive things about it, but the thing that really hooked me was the fact that almost universally everyone has said that this game system is a game system that is so vastly different than others out there, and a significant step forward, beyond, Runehammer Games' index RPG, index card RPG. So that was the main selling point for me. Was I really do enjoy reading different game systems and kind of studying how they work, and sometimes I'll take pieces from here and there and combine them up into various homebrew that I'm doing at my own table. But other times I just have a genuine interest in reading about different game systems, and so that was the first thing. So I looked online last night and I was like, all right, it's $50 for the physical. It's $80 if you get both the physical and the PDF, and then it would be $10 shipping and handling. So $90. $90 you get the full shebang. And normally for just a game system, $90, spending $90 on a book is usually just around that threshold where I start asking myself, do I really need this? But I decided, because of that other previous stated reason, that yes, I do. I think my interest level in reading a new kind of system rose to that level. Then I take a look at the digital content that comes with it, and that's what really sold me on. I was like, wow, I definitely made the right move here, and I am going to show you what this uniquely does, because I can't think of any other content that I've bought in the past several years that presented a zip file, which always makes me a little nervous too, but a zip file containing some of the content that this has, I've never seen before, at least not to my recollection. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the Runehammer Games Crown and Skull RPG, taking a look at that digital content. So here we go, and so I opened up the zip file, and this is what I have. I immediately looked for the core rule book, and so we see here the core rule book, a form fillable hero sheet, and then a basic sheet, a phase tracker overlay, Seven Eyes logo overlay, the Northholds digital map, Northholds map, and then hero tokens and music, which I didn't look at initially. I said, well, let me take a look at what we have here, and see exactly what it is. So the first thing I obviously opened up was the digital, and so I will do that here and open this up, and let me make sure that now you're not going to see this just yet, I'm going to go full screen on this, but then I have to come over here and change what I'm looking at, and there. All right. So that's one weird thing is that you can't open this up in a new window, a new Windows tab and jump right to it. So that's one little peeve that I have with it. It's only for presentation purposes that that becomes an issue. So let's take a look at Crown and Skull and just the introduction of it. Let's get a sense of what this game is supposed to be. Gone are the borders, gone are the roads and wayhouses. Runehammer stands like a gallows, and the old trees cry tears of blood. Okay. Concept and content. So that's what I want to take a look at here. So welcome to Crown and Skull, a new RPG system and setting created from hundreds of hours of play in several player groups over a 3-year period. My groups are always seeking new ways to play. This book represents a coalescence of our latest and greatest themes, mechanics, monsters, and mapless maps. The system here will prove a significant departure from the deeply ingrained D20 genre that has seen such meteoric growth in recent years. As such, settle in for a brain-tickling ride into new mindsets and methods. If you feel a bit challenged by the player-focused aspects of the system, that means you're in the sweet spot. This may be that long overdue moment you and your group break into new territory. No small amount of inspirational credit must be given to Steven Peterson and his team on Fantasy Hero First Edition 1985, Steve Jackson and the GURPS team 1986, David Wesley and Dave Arneson and their Realms of Braunstein and Blackmore 1969 to 1971. These creations were my initiation into role-playing, along with many others, and made a formative mark on my young mind. Also, Into the Odd, Chris McDowell, and Cairn Yochai Gal must be mentioned for their influences. Veterans of those rules and the worlds will see their ghosts flirting here and there in the pages ahead, but in spirit only. No one artifact of those brilliant works can be found here, nor is any compatibility or direct link inferred or included. Special and infinite thanks go to my stalwart players, the Council of Magi, Dirty Jobs, the Cypher Rebellion, and the Immortals. They are the soil in which this game grows. Their patience and incredible roleplay gave rise to many of the dark and hopeful truths in these pages. Settle in with pen and journal, mighty reader, and let me tell you of the days after the Bloodwing War, when nations fell and shadows sharpened. This is the Northholds, and there are few roads here. Ever grateful, ever strong, Runehammer. So I am going to leave it there because I think that that is a sufficient introduction to the concept of the game. And I'll do some shifting around of what's on the other screen, and and deal with that. So let's see. There we go. And now I'm just fiddling. Sorry, I have to go to this here so I can bring that up. Okay, so there you have it. A real introduction. So this is a break from that D20 system, and that D20 just mentality and connection and such. And it's talking about a more player focused game system. And and that means less game master focused as well, which is a true break from, let's say, Dungeons and Dragons. You'll notice he does not mention Dungeons and Dragons at all, at least in that, and that's not meant to be, I'm sure. What it's meant to be is a true departure from that D20 system and Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, no mention of Gary Gygax, and no mention of Dungeons and Dragons. Really looking back to that pre-Dungeons and Dragons tabletop role playing and and wargaming. When you bring up, Dave Wesley and Dave Arneson, all right, as your inspirations, you're going back to that Braunstein. I noticed it mentioned, the mapless maps, and I'm really interested in seeing what he actually means by that. So this really does sound like it's a true innovative experience. I'm looking forward to delving further into it. So let me continue going back into some of the digital content so that you can see what else I was talking about there. Now it's going to take some flipping back and forth in the in the presentation. Like I said, it doesn't open those up in a new window, so I have to click back and forth, and I apologize for that, but this is the way it's going to come out. So here we go to this, and let me go here. So that was a look at that. I'm not gonna, I mean, here is the form fillable hero sheet. I'll open this up so you can see it, and let's see. Yeah, we have to do this little trick here, and now you're looking at it. All right, I'm going to get a little smoother with that. So here is your form fillable character sheet. So you have your character, you have your lineage, you have your hometown, you have your flaws, you have your, is that Suma? I guess that's Suma. Your equipment, your skills, and your spells. All right, looks like it's pretty basic. You don't see attributes here. At least that's not, I see nothing about attributes here. I don't know if these little guys are checkoffs. Yes, they are. So we will learn as we go along what those are, and this might be a skill level amount that you're going to put in here, and this is your equipment, what is equipped and what is not, I'm assuming. So interesting. So I will shift and come back over to here, and then let me go back over to there and close that out. Let's see. So I'm going back and forth, back and forth. I apologize for that. And now I'm back here. And now I am back here. And let's take a look at this next thing. So that was that. Now let's take a look at, so this is the Northhold map. There's two maps here. There's the Northhold map with no names on it, which I guess if you want to use that general map and then put your own stuff in there, that's fine. You could do that. Here is the map with the names on it. And I am going to make sure that you are seeing this map now. And there we go. And I can expand on this and zoom in. So here you have the, so here is the map of the world. And we can zoom in, and here is the logo of the Northolds. We have some towns here. We have some features that you can certainly see some features. This is Forest Heart. The Old Watch up over here. There is Runehammer, Mooncrest, So you have quite a number of places. This looks like a Gurglak, looks like a dungeon perhaps, or a swamp dungeon. Isle of Toads. So the orc lands are down over here. I like the fact that they have like a wall separating the orc lands, and Hackberg down there at the very bottom, and this is the Shadow Glades. Is this large, looks like a dead forested region here. Runehammer is looks like a mountain fortress kind of thing. So really nice looking map. I mean, it's incredible looking. There looks like there's a lot of interesting details there. This is called Ogre Neck over here. So stuff looks really cool. And now I will go back in view. Let's just go back here. And now this is the thing that really surprised me, and I'm going to bring this up here, and I'm going to make sure that you are looking at this. So there are hero tokens, which I was not expecting. I had no idea that something like this would be in here. And yes, it will take some time to transfer these tokens over into like a virtual tabletop if you wish to do so. But so all of these tokens here. So let's look at a token, the Frog Samurai. All right, and I will expand this and I will change the view here so you can see the Frog Samurai there. I mean, so there's a bunch of tokens here, so you can see how many tokens are actually in here, and I can go back easier that way. And so a whole slew of tokens. So that really took me by surprise. Second thing I want to show, and I could close that guy out, and I can go back to here. Let's see. Oh, I could just back button now. The other thing that took me by surprise was, and let me make sure that I'm looking at the same thing, is the music. So there's music files here as well. And I will click on a music file. Let's see. Some of these are just ambient sound in the background. Children of Obleth. Let's check that one out. I'm going to stop there because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But you can see that there's music that you could put in the background while you're running your game digitally, virtually over over some kind of a service, whether it's over Discord or on Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds or Foundry or whatever you choose to, and you have those tokens that you can transfer over as well. And so that really stunned me last night when I first started opening up that digital zip file, and I was like, wow, there's so much more here behind the scenes that that I wasn't expecting. So definitely a good buy, and I'm really looking forward to digging into this system. I'm expecting to get the book sometime next week on either the 20th through the 22nd. That's at least what what it says. So I have anywhere from 5 to 7 days to wait for it, and really excited about it. The book itself looks gorgeous. I'm sure it'll look exactly the same in my hands. And I will do a separate video talking about the quality of the book and then the interior of it. And as normal, I will go through. I'll go through the videos going through the PDF as I go through section by section. It is over 300 pages, so I know that I will be spending quite a bit of time on this. Now, I have no intentions of running this in my next convention, which is coming up in April. But for September, very, very good chance that I'll be running this. So far my September schedule for running games is already probably up to about 3 games, and 2 of them brand new for me to be running. So really excited about that as well. I'll see. I know this is going to make the cut for a game system that I am going to be running in 2024. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to subscribe if you hadn't subscribed, like the video, share the video, leave your comments in there. If you already have this, I your coming in and chatting in the comments section. Let me know how you're using the digital content from the zip file. Like, are you using the tokens? Are you using the sound, the music in the background of your as you're going through the scenarios? Is the music catalog actually tied to an adventure that's in the book? So that would be something that would be interesting to know as well. Or do you play that as they're moving around the map and they hit certain places and you're going to play that music as a background too, just for that added sensory, immersive sensory to experience while playing this game? So as always, thanks for joining. I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen sometime soon, or at a convention, or other live table play. And just keep on gaming, keep on commenting on on videos, and give those suggestions too. Give suggestions out. Hey, take a look at this, take a look at that. It took me a couple weeks to actually just finally fold and say, you know what, I'm going to get this game system. And that comes from just watching other people's videos and saying, you know what, it's time that I pick this up as well. So you have a great day. Take care.